Good morning. It's Scrap and Grandma here. Welcome to my channel. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Victoria, and all my flowers are coming out, so I thought I would like to work on this spring. And I thought I would work on one kit for the whole week and maybe do a video on Friday at the end of my see how much progress I made. We'll see, because I really want to work on this. It's really beautiful, and it's silly to have all these kits, and I keep buying more, and I'm not really getting anything finished, really. I still am working on Peter Rabbit, and I can't bring myself to do the back stitching on that 11 count. Is really hard, poking it in and out of the canvas, I find. I'm beginning to like 14 count more. But this one is really easy to work on, and the canvas is so nice. You don't even like, it's really nice, and you can do the stitching in hand, whereas some of them you can't even grab a hold of them, and they make I got hangnails on my middle finger. That's why I haven't been stitching too much lately. But they can get really rough after a while. Where'd the end of my needle go? I can't see what I'm doing. So, yeah, so that's what I thought I would do, change, and then work on one diamond painting a week, because I feel like I'm not very organized in my showings and sharings. So it's just I've been still trying to clean up my mess in I have 2 rooms, and it's kind of a bit of a disaster. But anyway, here we go, and I'm working on this. The colors are a lot of colors, so it should be fairly nice. And I just love houses. I've got quite a bit done in the right corner, right? About a fourth of it done there. And I'm trying to get this tree over here. I've done quite a bit on it. There's about 3 shades of pink and then white that goes in the tree blossoms. And all this blue. It's so easy to follow. Like, it's quite easy to follow. You don't have to check and double check the colors. It's only when I come to these 2 colors here that I'm not sure. And I fixed them. I made a boo-boo in the chimney, and I fixed it. Yeah. Because some of the white spots you're not supposed to fill in. Like, I guess it gives a little definition to the chimney. And, yeah, these 2 brownie colors I have. There's a brownie and a darker rusty color. So I try to leave them until the end. But anyhow, the colors are pretty clear. Easier than the Autumn House. I have the Autumn House, and that one is really confetti. So, well, maybe it was just my eyes, but they're way better now because I can obviously see what the heck's going on. And so I'm working on this sort of yellowy color that's actually a green. I forgot the number of it, but this is the shade of it. There's a shade of it there. It's hard to get this camera right so I can see and do this at the same time, because my lens is right there up in the top left corner, so it's hard to figure out where you're at. This ring is my mom's. She was married in 1944, so it's a very old wedding ring, and I wear it because my other ring got broken. I never kind of replaced it. And this is amber that I love to wear, and it's like a 3. You sort of squish it together. But I lost a bunch of weight, so my rings are all kind of loose on me. Even my mom's. She was really teeny tiny, but now I find that all my rings are kind of getting loose. But yeah, they're really hard on my finger. The middle finger there for the last couple of weeks was kind of sore because I did a lot on back stitching on my the birds, which I really just about have done. I keep putting it off. I don't mind back stitching on 14 count, but you have to stab it to find a hole, and it's really hard when you haven't got the directions aren't always that clear on where to put your thread either after you get it done. It's kind of hard. So I just want to thank you all for your lovely comments, and yeah, and it's just been my health has not been the greatest over the last 15 years. I managed to overcome a lot of problems, and my cross stitching kind of got left by the wayside. for about a year because my eyes went kapooey and turned out my blood pressure medication was causing all sorts of problems last year. So, yeah, so I kind of got behind just when you think, you're, whoop, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I forgot it was there. And so this will be mostly trying to just do stitching. And I kind of tend to work up and down in these things because I can't see what I'm doing. I should just look in the camera, shouldn't I? I can't seem to do that though. I don't know why. So, pardon me while I fiddle around. Probably not the best color to use. There's a shadow in here and that's giving me a little issue because I can't see where my needle's going, but that's okay. And I find if you hold it at the back as you're pulling it through, it doesn't get tangled as much. So, hang on. Or if you're pulling it through, oopsie, hang on. There. So, there we go. Get going. Sorry. Maybe if I sit at an angle more. There. It's just trying to get comfy because I kind of tend to lay back and zone out practically when I do my. See, if you hold it at the back, it kind of tends to not tangle. Just put your thumb behind there, and it works really good. I don't know. It works for me anyway. And sometimes it gets a bit gnarly because I'm used to working with 18 inches of thread, and this is like a meter almost, like, you know. And yeah. So there we have it. Try and get it in the middle again. So yeah, I spent a long time yesterday trying to organize everything, and the trouble is I inherited all my mom's scrapbooks and things, and because I do scrapbooking as well. Well, I have done it until my eyes went bonkers, and now I don't need glasses, so I'm thankful for that. But other stuff kind of got put by the wayside, and yeah. See how that works? It doesn't get gnarlied up. Just stick it right where your needle is going through. Yeah. Little tip that might help y'all. Oh, I can find the hole I was in. So for some reason, I just keep working on this. I just wanted to get that pink tree done and see how it looks, because it just looks so pretty, all the colors, right? And you don't have to do some of the areas in there, like the white areas. There's a lot of white over there that in the corner that you don't have to do. So it shouldn't really be that hard. I mean, it's just making yourself do this before you start something else, right? So now I noticed that they've got a boo-boo here because 53 is supposed to be this yellow color, and I think they meant there's these little dots, but it's deceiving because the green is actually the 18. So you just have to watch and be careful what you're doing, not do the wrong color. So, but it's just so nice and soft to handle. I hope y'all are seeing this okay. Oops. Once I figure out how to add music and just do plain stitching with no talking, it will be nice. So I have tried it with a hoop, but I don't know. I find I get cramps in my hands when I have short fingers, right? can barely reach an octave on my piano, but I fudge it. So, ah. And I have picked out my embroidery, and I've done some on it, so I will do one later on. And my hubby's at his workout gym right now, and I thought I'd come on and do a little stitch along. And I think I've got all my stuff together in one spot. Oh man, you realize how many kits I've collected over the last year. It's really sad. But hey, I have some of my older stuff too, and I'm trying to, think of what I want to do, and I go, oh no. And I have a tendency to go to the back sometimes, just depending if I have to jump a space. Yeah, there we go. And thank you very much, dear Duck Crafting. I really enjoyed your little talk on books. I'm not a great book reader yet, I used to work in a library. I have tons of books. Yeah, tons. And I too got addicted to Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew and Trixie Belden, because I was into horses and stuff like that there. Yeah, I grew up in the 50s, I guess, between 50s and 60s, and I read everything I could get my hands on because we didn't have a TV. We had these books of knowledge that my mom got from somewhere, and they were like an encyclopedia, and they had all these great, like, fairy tales and things like that in them, and it was hard. There was like a whole set of them. They were actually called books of knowledge. And yeah, and I think the next yellow, is that a yellow or a green? I think that's a yellow. Hang on, I'll have to get in there somehow. Tricky. So yeah, we read the Trixie Belden, and like my mom had some old books that she colored in the pages of it, because of course they were black and white then those days. And the Bobbsey twins. And yeah, I was really good at reading when I was a kid. I used to read really, really fast. So I was one of the fastest readers in my class. They used to test you on how fast you read. And whether I was comprehending it all, I don't know, but I used to read it. Yeah, I guess I must have, because I did pretty good in grade 9 and all that, because I used to read voraciously. And yeah, they didn't have games and stuff like that these days. We used to play, what do we used to play? Monopoly. And then my brother and I used to play baseball in our backyard in the summer, and all the kids would come because we had the biggest yard, and set up a baseball diamond in the backyard. And yeah, and so they'd all hang out in our yard and play ball. And yeah, so that was my childhood, remembering all that. And yeah, and yeah, I worked in the Greater Victoria Public Library for a few years, and I cataloged books, and that was about 1970-ish, 60-ish. When I got out of school, I got a job right away. Back in those days, if you didn't have university, you were pretty well lost. But I got secretarial because I wasn't a scientist. No, and I didn't do very well in math, so I went the other direction. I took typing and bookkeeping and all that, and I got a job, a pretty good job right out of school, and I worked for the provincial government as a secretary for a couple of years, and then I had my kids, and I was pretty much a stay-at-home mom from 1970 on, and I did a few little part-time jobs. I worked in a sewing store or a knitting shop for a while, and the lady turned out to be kind of weird, and yeah, so funny how that goes sometimes. And so those were my areas of expertise. I did really well in typing and got shorthand and bookkeeping is what we did if we didn't have the college entry type stuff. But my both one daughter both turned out to be very gifted. So I'm very well, not that I wouldn't have loved them any different, but they did do very well in school. So yeah, one went to McGill and did research in ALS for 10 years, and then she now is at home and does typing reports. She's the gifted one, yeah, and 99 percentile. Her son is gifted too, so it runs in the family, I guess. Very musical. All of my kids are quite musical. One plays the violin, and then she's like, and the other one plays the trumpet or the trombone or something. I forget it. I think it's a trombone, the one that lives in the Toronto. Funny how that goes, eh? Wouldn't be my first choice of an instrument, but she seems to really like it. Yeah. And thank you for your comment about grandma. My grandma taught me all my crafts pretty well because my mom had a lot of anxiety issues. She wasn't around much to do a lot when we were kids. But my grandma, she was around, but I think she was just not into anything crafty, I guess. So at that time, I mean, she did pick up cross stitching after I did, and if it wasn't for all that, I might have gone crazy because I was one of those shy types and just, not very, didn't do very well at school and all that kind of thing. So, made up for it later though. But you know what I mean? You're shy and you're kind of a loner. And I wore glasses, and in those days, he used to pick on you for silly things like I had freckles everywhere because, and then I had four eyes. They used to call people names and stuff in those days, and it was not very good. I don't think they care anymore these days if you wear glasses. In fact, let's see where I'm going with that hole here. Hang on. Green threw me off. But yeah, it's like so different these days. I mean, I accidentally lost my glasses on the way home from school one day because they were giving me such a bad time. Anyway, my next door neighbor's son, they found them and knew they were mine. So thank God, because I got in really big trouble for doing that. I think I was about 10 or something like that. Well, sorry, getting caught up in the kind of green here. I can't see the little hole. Somewhere. I feel it with my finger, and you're not in the right spot. There we go. And yeah, the yellow's okay, but it's going into the green. I don't know why. But yeah, so that fills up. It's filling up quite nicely, I think. I just love working on it because it's not so hard that it bothers my hands. And I think I got two of these. I got the Autumn House and this one. And I originally got it for the Autumn House, but there were two for one for $30. I mean, this thing is huge, like seriously big. Yeah. And it's a romantic story, and I noticed there's more of them coming online now. And the thread is really nice to work with. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the thread. It feels very soft and silky. And I can't tout this enough. If you want to get this. I think I got mine from Amazon, so it was great. So anyway, what time was the time going? I don't know. Um, yeah, I just thank you for all your lovely comments, and it means a lot to me. And I don't get out much these days because I don't have a lot of immunocompromising health issues. So yeah, but I'm thankful I'm healthy enough to be able to do this, and I can go take you a walk around our I'll show you my flowers when they're out. Now that they're coming out, as long as the squirrels don't eat them. My hyacinths are out. My daffodils are just about mine. I call them mine, but actually my hubby plants them every year. I'm not a gardener, and he finished the greenhouse out in the back, so I'll show you that too. Anyhow, thank you so much for stopping by. And Grandma's house is always open if you want to come in, leave a comment, and bring a cup of tea next time. On Mondays, I will do a stitch along, maybe, and a Friday to show you my progress because I don't do unboxings. I have a lot of sharing things I can work on. So we'll do that way. And again, thanks so much for all my new subscribers. And if you like this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe, please. And if you hit the notification, you will get a message when my video pops up. So thanks so much again, and have a wonderful day. May God bless you all, and stay healthy and happy. Have a great morning and afternoon and rest of the day. Thank you.